Hey everybody, Tompkins Farm. Today we're talking about a starter on a Kubota 2013 400 CI RTV. The engineers, I'm just gonna let you know, kind of screwed you on this one. It's a pain in the butt. So here's the new starter in. Here's how to do it. You've got a bolt here, okay? And then there's another bolt straight down. Mine actually didn't have that bottom bolt in there, so I guess one less step for me. Make sure you disconnect your power. I did it from the battery as well, so this is not live here. Okay. Sounds simple, it's a starter, you're just gonna replace it, right? Wrong. So coming over to this side, right? Let's see here. So there's your starter, okay? The bolt that holds it in is right there, behind the flywheel. And then there's another one right there, just behind the flywheel. A lot of things online will tell you just, oh, take that back bolt off, and then you're gonna loosen these as you push the slider back, or the starter back, and then you're gonna walk the starter off of these bolts. You cannot do that. As you see here, this is the starter arm. It actually bumps up against the bracket for the motor right here. So this bracket here sits behind, sits behind the starter, so you cannot walk the starter back. You actually have to take the flywheel off. Unbolt it, washer, your cooling fan comes off easy enough. Flywheel, not so much. Now, pay attention when I say this. You don't want to be beating on the flywheel. You don't want to be warping it, bending it, breaking it. It's over $700 to replace it. What I did is, it had just a little bit seized up on there. It didn't want to come loose. I sprayed some PB Blaster in on it. Took a pry bar up top here, and with about 5 pounds of pressure, not hard, I would just give it a little bit of push, turn it, give it a little push, turn it, and I just ever so gently just worked it around very carefully to get it to finally pop. That's all you need. There's no other bolts that hold it in. It just sits on there. It just might be seized up a little bit. Do not bang on it. Do not force it. Don't get on there with a pry bar and boom, you warp it or break it, you're screwed. $700. Once you get that off, you can access that bolt, starter comes out, put the new one in, rewire it back up. That being said, there's a lot to it though. You got all these bolts. Let's see here. All right, you got 1, 2, you got a couple clips that hang in, 3, 4. I think there's another one in there somewhere, 5 down in here. This is your cover where the flywheel sits behind it. I guess while we're here, we'll just run through some other stuff. I took the bed off it. There's only 2 bolts, one there, hold the bed on. It's just a lot easier to get in here. Took the wheel off, make it easier, 4 bolts. So those 6 bolts, just the wheel and this, make your life a lot easier getting in here. Because trust me, you're gonna be frustrated. I marked where everything is when I took it off. I took pictures. I suggest it. What else do we got going on here? Oh, it is belt driven. The belt sits inside this container. There's, I think, 9 or so bolts that work around here. Most stuff on here was either 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter, 7/8, 15 16ths, I think was this bolt right here. Standard socket set, you'll be fine though. The starter sits just like this. This sits on top of the starter. So if you can't find the starter, there it is. It's underneath this plate. That'll help you out a little bit. I would hate to have to change this belt because I took it off just to inspect my belt. It's a 2013, it still looks brand new, but that just looks like a nightmare in and of itself. So yeah, the next thing I have on this is I'm running lean. I've got a backfire, so we're gonna be working on that here soon. But here's your dipstick for oil, transmission dipstick. What else might you need to know? A lot of people don't realize there's an air filter underneath here, as well as an air filter there. I actually don't have my carbon filter on here. We've routed around it. I think that's about it, guys. I think that'll hook you up. What else? I think that's it. All right, guys. So I'm gonna get it all rehooked back up. I'm not gonna have any more starter issues, which will be great. Yeah, as you can see here, my battery's disconnected here. Yeah. All right, guys, I hope this video helps somebody. There's nothing online. I've talked to 3 mechanics today. All the mechanics are like, I've never even had to change a starter out. So, you know, they would do the long route. And at $100 an hour for a mechanic, do it yourself. Even if it takes you 6 hours, it's worth the money. Oh, aftermarket. Kubota stock starters between $300 and $600. I think it's $600 right now. I paid $100 for that one. Go aftermarket on the starter, same thing. And that is about it, guys. I'm about to just finish putting this back together, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.